guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been forever since I uploaded a video on here, but I got really busy towards the end of 2016. I got a new job. I sort of fell off the wagon a little bit in terms of uploading on here and being regular about my blog and about my YouTube and whatnot, but I am back and I really want to commit to doing a video at least once every couple weeks. So I thought the first video that I should do for 2017 should be my current skincare routine. I feel like in 2016, at least the first half of it, I was really committed to going to my esthetician, getting my facials done, but I felt like when it came to actually sticking with like a routine and, you know, cleansing, toning, moisturizing, but then also working in serums and things like that, I got really lazy up until I started working. This was September. I actually started working for Kiehl's at Nordstrom at South Coast Plaza. I absolutely adore the brand and it's been a really good experience for me because I feel like I've learned so much about skincare. I came to the realization that I have spent thousands of dollars in the past like 3 or 4 years on skincare, which is awful, by the way, because if I was using the products, I wouldn't feel badly about it. But I was really lazy when it came to coming home, taking off my makeup, and I wear a lot of makeup on a day-to-day basis. I love it. I was doing the very bare minimum. It was like cleanse, tone, moisturize, and even that was maybe only like 3 times a week. So I definitely wanted to be in like a new committed relationship with my skincare at the beginning of 2017. Towards the end of 2016, I felt like I had really kind of improved my skin. All of my skincare had changed. So when I started working with Kiehl's, I obviously received gratis from the brand, and most of my skincare is Kiehl's. I'm just gonna be very like transparent about that, because I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to try out the products for free, given the fact that I work for the brand. I have tried out a lot of different skincare brands over the past few years, so in no way, shape, or form am I telling anyone that they need to go out and buy Kiehl's. I personally love the products and I really believe in them, and I feel like they completely changed the appearance of my skin. But this video is really just supposed to be like an informative video about what type of skincare I'm using, what products I've been loving, what my routine has been in terms of, you know, do I mask 2 times a week, 3 times a week, how often I exfoliate, what type of exfoliating I do, whether it's chemical, physical, things like that. So I'm not gonna ramble on too long because I really don't want this video to be like 25 minutes, which, let's be real, it probably will be. I really want to be able to get into each product, explain how it works, explain why I've been loving it, about how long I've been using it. So without further ado, this is my current skincare routine. I really hope you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned. So I'm gonna try and do this in order where I'm gonna walk you through my daytime routine and then the ones that I do at night. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first product that I want to talk about is honestly like one of the best cleansers I've used in my entire life, and surprisingly it is not from Kiehl's. It is Philosophy Purity Cleanser. My best friend Andre, he works for Philosophy at Nordstrom, and so he would always give me like samples and stuff, and I love the way it smells. I've realized like nothing makes my skin feel cleaner or more nourished than this cleanser, and it's because it is an oil-based cleanser, so it's not going to strip your skin, but it's also not going to feel greasy or leave any sort of residual product on your face. It's just going to really melt off your makeup and leave your skin feeling nourished. The way that I like to use this product is actually with my Clarisonic. This is the Clarisonic Mia 2. I want to say I got this 2.5, almost 3 years ago. And for me, I feel like I really had to learn how to get comfortable with this product, because when I first started it, everyone kind of complains that it breaks you out or it really detoxifies your skin. That's essentially what it's supposed to be doing. But for me personally, I realized that using it twice a day was just a little too much for me. I really had to balance it out and figure out what routine was right for me. I would go back and forth between using this or using like a Boscia Cognac sponge or something like that that has a little bit more of like an abrasion to it, so that way I could really get in deep into my pores and clean everything out. But at the same time, I have kind of circulated back to using this one because I feel like nothing else really cleans my skin, especially with the Purity Cleanser like this. I do use the Deep Pore Cleansing Brush. You're supposed to replace the brush heads on this about every 3 months. I use this in the morning as opposed to using it at night because sometimes by the end of the night, like I'll have like breakouts or, you know, whether it's like a pimple, it's about to pop, or it's just like really red or agitated. I don't like using this because I feel like it's just gonna make it like pop or it's gonna bleed or anything like that. By the way, this video is gonna be very like graphic at times, so just don't mind me. I'm used to talking about this at work all the time. So what I like to do is use it in the morning, use it with my Purity, and it has honestly done wonders for my skin. It's not really meant as an exfoliator, but it does take off that dead skin, so you have a really nice smooth canvas. These two are my power duo for the morning time. So the next product I want to talk about is actually relatively new. I want to say I picked this up in December, so it really hasn't been that long, but it is the Bioderma Micellar Water. I was using it by itself to kind of just try out how it works and see how it really is, you know, effective in removing makeup or dirt or oil or sweat, anything like that. So I basically took it, I grabbed like a Shiseido cotton pad and I just like pumped it like this. And I noticed like when I was going in and like trying to remove my makeup, yes, I did have to use a lot of Shiseido cotton pads, which I wasn't really a fan of because they are expensive and I don't like to waste them. But what I noticed is it was breaking down my makeup so well. I didn't feel like my skin was still dirty after. I didn't feel like I had to clean it after. But I'm a firm believer in double cleansing. When I cleanse once, like I'm taking off my makeup. But when I cleanse again, I'm really taking out every last bit of dirt, oil, or sweat that has kind of accumulated onto the surface or beneath the surface of my skin. I'll use it during the morning and at night. So during the morning time, I'll do my Purity with the Clarisonic. Then I'll take the Bioderma and I'll put it on a Shiseido cotton pad and just kind of run it all over my face and down my neck. And that way, if there's any residual dirt, it'll really just remove it and it leaves my skin feeling really, really refreshed. There's children screaming outside my window and I have no idea why. They finally stopped. So the next product I want to talk about is the Kiehl's Blue Astringent Herbal Lotion. It's essentially a toner. Toners are so important because they balance out the pH level in your skin. When you're using a toner, it's basically prepping your skin for a serum so that when you're going in and using a product, your pH balance isn't going to be off, it's going to be neutralized, and your serums are going to work according to how they're supposed to for neutralized skin. Fun fact about it was actually Andy Warhol's favorite. He used to buy it by the liter every single week from the Kiehl's store. The reason why it's called Kiehl's since 1851 is because it's been around since 1851. It started off as an apothecary, turned into a pharmacy, eventually turned into a skincare brand. So it's been around for ages. But anyway, this toner is like honestly the best thing for acneic skin. That being said, this toner, I will warn everyone that uses it, it will really severely dry out your skin. So when you're using this, you have to use it in conjunction with something such as a really thick moisturizer or a really hydrating serum. I love toners that have that tingling sensation because I'm one of those people that is very sensorial, so I need to feel my products working sometimes. So this really is like a key factor in my routine because I feel like that tingling sensation means that my skincare is working. So now I'm kind of going to go into exfoliating, and I use two different types of exfoliators. They were both from Kiehl's. The Kiehl's Epidermal Retexturizing Microdermabrasion, and this is a physical exfoliant, meaning it is a scrub you can physically feel the exfoliating beads. And I also use the Kiehl's Nightly Refining Micro Peel. The difference between a physical and a chemical exfoliant, they're both going to resurface your skin. They're both going to even out the texture of your skin. Difference is when you have really agitated skin, say you have rosacea, say you have, you know, breakouts that are really, really red, I don't use a scrub on them because you're essentially like putting salt on the wound. You run the risk at that point of breaking the skin barrier, having it bleed, and when you do that, you're gonna be left with scars. Basically, it's gonna be counterproductive because you're gonna be creating scars on your face that you're actually using the exfoliant to resurface your face and get rid of any dark spots and get rid of any texture, and you're essentially putting texture back in. Now, the days that I don't use this, because I do alternate, if I'm using the scrub on Monday, I'm gonna use this one on Tuesday, scrub Wednesday, this Thursday, scrub Friday, and so forth. There was like a weird period of time for like a month, I wanna say, where I just didn't exfoliate. Don't ask me why. I just like, it didn't occur to me. I didn't have the time, and I really just had kind of taken a break from doing things for myself. My skin was so dry. I was getting dry patches every time I applied foundation, anything like that. And I was just really over it. And I feel like since I've been doing that, it's been about, I want to say like a month now that I've been doing that. And my skin has never felt better. It has never looked better. I've never received this many compliments on my skin in my entire life. I never thought that I would get to this point in my skincare. Before it was like breakouts, texture, pigmentation, or whatever it was. I had so many different concerns. Using these two exfoliators together has just been life-changing for me. Out of everything that I've been doing in my skincare routine, this is, I feel, the most contributing factor to my skin looking the way that it is. So the next category I really want to work into is serums. I had no idea what the hell a serum was when I started working at Kiehl's. When I went to training for Kiehl's, they basically kind of made this analogy that really worked well for me. If you ever see those like fences that you see outside of like schools or parks or whatever, and they're kind of like the diamond ones, basically what you're gonna do is picture that your skin is that type of a fence. And when you're using a serum, it's like you're throwing marbles through the fence. They're gonna go through, they're gonna shoot right through because they're so tiny in comparison to those diamonds. Now, you're gonna take golf balls and you're gonna throw them, and some of them are gonna get stuck because they're right about the same size. And that really is gonna be your oil. And your oil is gonna sit on top of your serum. Now, the last step is your moisturizer. At this point, they're basically like baseballs or tennis balls. You're gonna try and throw them in. Some of them are really gonna stay put and stick inside of the fence, inside of the diamond, and basically sit on top. At that point, that's your moisturizer. That's sitting on top. Some of them are gonna bounce right off, so certain parts are not gonna really be absorbed. That's why moisturizing is so important, because it's locking in everything that you do prior to it. Your cleansing, your toning, your, serums, your oils, and then finally you go in with your moisturizer. I'm gonna go into my serums. I only have two. Yeah, I only have two serums. The first one is the Powerful Strength Line Reducing Concentrate. This one has pure vitamin C in it, and it has 10.5%, which is actually the highest dosage of vitamin C that you can put into skincare legally in the USA. If you don't mind the smell and you are down to really target like any fine lines, any wrinkles, anything like that, you need the serum in your life. I personally like using it on my neck. I'm wearing a choker right now, but I will say that ever since I've been using the serum, the lines have been getting less and less noticeable and less visible. So using a serum and not really forgetting about the neck area is so important, because that's really gonna tell your age at the end of the day. I'll take maybe like 1 or 2 pumps of it, kind of warm it up, and then work it upwards, because you definitely never want to move anything downwards. It's going to pull your skin down. Your skin's already being pulled down through gravity, so it's definitely not something that you want to keep doing or contribute to. Always work your products in an upward motion. And I've been doing that, and I've also been using it on my laugh lines. I really have noticed a dramatic difference in how my makeup applies. I noticed that it doesn't crease as much in here anymore because of this product. The second serum that I used was also from Kiehl's, is the Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Solution. This is life-changing for anyone who has hyperpigmentation, acne scarring, anything of the sort. I've always had spots because when I was younger, I always used to pick at my skin, always like try and do my own extractions, which was terrible, by the way, because I didn't know how to do them. And it left so many scars that I feel like never went away on my skin. Started using this. All the ones from my teenage years, I want to say, are practically gone. And the ones from my early 20s, gone. I've never seen such a rapid improvement in my skin, and I want to say it's because of this. This is also one of Kiehl's best sellers. It has activated vitamin C, which is really what helps with the back to what I was saying, the activated vitamin C, and this is really what's contributing to really getting that cell turnover rate more rapid and more constant. I will say it regenerates and revitalizes my skin, and I've never felt like my skin has looked better. I also want to note that the Micro Peel Concentrate, I didn't mention this before, when I use this product, I cleanse, tone, use this product, and go in with a deep moisturizer. I don't use any oils, I don't use anything extra, so that one is just what it is. It's basically used as a serum in my routine, but when I use it, I don't use anything else. So moving on from serums, I want to talk about beauty oils. I was always one of those people that didn't see the point of using an oil because I already had oily skin. So why would I put oil on top of oil? Little did I know that the reason that my skin is overproducing oil is because it thinks it's dry. My skin's extremely dehydrated, so it basically produces more oil to keep my skin hydrated. Fun fact, when you have oily skin, your skin doesn't age as quickly because it is hydrated. So that's the good thing. But what I did realize is using an oil topically is going to help my skin realize that it is hydrated and it's not going to overproduce it. So I will still get a healthy amount of oil. I will still be oily, but I'm not going to be excessively oily like I was before. I'm smiling like a moron right now because I like can't. I love oils. Like I'm obsessed with them now. I used to hate them and now I'm like, oh, they're so good. The first one that I use is during the day, and the reason I'm going to talk about the day and the night one right now is just so that I can kind of go in depth as to what they do because they are kind of like a duo. So this is the Kiehl's Daily Reviving Concentrate. It has ginger root, sunflower, and tamanu oils, and this really helps brighten the skin. It gives the skin a lot of radiance, but it also helps protect your skin from environmental aggressors. Use 2 drops of this. You take 2 drops on your fingertips, warm it up, and then press it into the skin. Never rub, press. I feel like my makeup goes on a lot better. Any areas that I'm dry, I kind of focus the oil on those areas more, and I feel like my makeup glides on. I usually use like a stick foundation or a full coverage foundation, and those can tend to be a little bit drying, so this really helps with that as well. The second oil is Kiehl's bestseller. We actually sell one of these every single minute in the world. It's the Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This one, if you are someone who is obsessed with lavender, let me just tell you, this will completely change your nighttime routine. This oil is made with lavender and evening primrose. So using it is not only going to help soothe your skin, so it's going to kind of make you calm down, relax, and it really helps you go to sleep. I can't say anything else about it aside from the fact that it's amazing. And like the daytime one defends your skin, the nighttime one repairs your skin. Your skin goes through its reparation process at night. So for that reason, using an oil like this that's really soothing and calming is going to help your skin, and it's going to really help extend that reparation process, but it's also going to take it to its full capacity. Where your skin usually maybe repairs at maybe like 50%, this is going to help it go to 100%. So finally, I'm going to get into moisturizers. My daytime moisturizer is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream with SPF 30. I could use all of these products I'm using right now, but if I didn't use a sunscreen, my skin would not improve whatsoever. I feel like that's why my acne scarring got as bad as it did, and it took this long for it to actually regenerate enough to the point where it's starting to clear up. If I can stress one thing that's important in this entire video, use SPF no matter what. So this cream, Ultra Facial Cream, is hands down the best seller in all of L'Oreal. Kiehl's is owned by L'Oreal. Every brand that L'Oreal owns, which includes Lancome. Lancome's known for their skincare. This is still the best-selling moisturizer. They didn't used to have an SPF version of this. It just came out and I received it as gratis, and I really love it because now I don't have to take my Ultra Facial Cream and mix in my sunscreen with it. I actually like to use my Ultra Facial Cream with the Artis Oval 8 brush. I actually bought this a long time ago, and it's in a couple of my my videos. I want to say like my first few videos that I did here on YouTube. I use this brush to apply my foundation. I washed it a couple of times, and I realized as time went on it only worked for certain foundations for me, and I'm really like a full coverage kind of gal, so I don't love this brush because I feel like it makes my foundation go a long way, but it also kind of shears out my foundation. But my friend Andrew, he swears by using this brush to apply your moisturizer. I cannot even tell you how much less product I use now that I use this brush. It also really makes it so that I'm getting an even amount. It's really going into the skin versus sitting on top of the skin. And aside from that, I just feel like way more hydrated than I used to. So the next category that I'm going to go into are eye creams. So the first one is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. And this one is another product that I received for gratis. And the first time I used it, I wasn't really sure if I liked it just because it's a really thick formula. But you do have to warm it up and then apply it with the ring finger onto the orbital bone. So I really like it. I feel like my concealer's gone on a lot better ever since I started using this. Definitely one of my favorites. Another thing to note about the Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado is this one is just going to hydrate the under eye area, but it's not going to do any anti-aging. So if you're really looking for something along those lines, Kiehl's does have a lot that have active ingredients in them that are going to help with fine lines and wrinkles. But personally, I really just like this one because I don't have any other concerns for my under eye area. And the other product is one that I've had for like a year now. I would say maybe use this like twice a week, and it is the Goldfaden MD Bright Eyes Solution. And this one really helps with like fine lines and wrinkles, but it also helps with puffiness. If there's ever a night, like say I went out drinking the night before, or if I didn't get enough sleep or anything like that, I feel like this really helps with any like water retention that you might have in the under eye area, and it really helps with puffiness.